everybody. Today I'm going to try something different. And I'm going to be doing this in segments because I need to let this cardstock dry. I'm using gesso and I'm going to paint the entire cardstock with this gesso. It's sort of not together, but I'm going to see what we can do. Now, I guess you're asking me, why are you painting cardstock with gesso? Well, it sort of prepares the cardstock for whatever I'm going to get it, whether it be paint, whether it be paint or anything that I'm going to use, mostly paint. But I'm not using paint in this particular instance. But I want to try something that I've never tried before. And I thought maybe I would take you along the journey with me. So making sure everything is painted with the gesso on this cardstock. And smooth it out. Okay, and I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to let it air dry. So I will be back after this dries. Okay, we're back. It's dry right now, and I'm hoping this little experiment will work. I forgot to tell you that I used watercolor paper. So this is a thick paper, and I put the gesso on the not smooth, the side that wasn't smooth. This is the smooth side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stamp, and I'm going to use VersaFine ink, and I'm going to see how it will take it with the gesso. So this is an experiment, and I'm hoping I'll be able to make a card out of this. Okay, let's see what happens. I'll put pressure on it. Okay, let's see what we have. Well, it's extremely light, and if I had used a Mitzi, I would have done it again. It's wet, so what I'm going to try now is I'm going to use embossing, clear embossing powder. See if I can make it a little bit clearer. I'm not sure this is going to work, but this is an experiment. Put the embossing powder back into the jar and put it up. Now I'm going to take my embossing gun, a heat gun, and get it hot, and then I'm going to apply it. to the cardstock. Okay. Now, the embossing powder sort of made it so the ink would not smear, because I plan on using markers on here. Let it cool just a bit. Okay, I'm going to use a brown marker on the wood. I'm using, oh, this is the wrong color. Let's see, I need a brown. Okay, I'll try Gathered Twigs by Distress Marker. See how that goes. I was using the brush end, so I'm going to try using the other end to get up a little closer in the small part of the limbs. Okay, now they're birds. See, 1, 2, 3, 5 birds, and I'm going to make these red birds, and I'm going to use Fire Brick Red. Looks like my marker is very dry. I'm going to go ahead and put this up there, but I'm going to go over it with another red color. Let's try Barn Door. Let's see what happens. It's a little redder, but to me they're still light. I'm going to use my Monar to see if I can't get some of this color off that I made a mistake with. Came off pretty well. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to again put some clear embossing powder on this. Since this is Distress ink, I do not want it to smear like it just did. See if I can't correct it. See what happens. Take my heat gun again and start from the back. And then go to the front. Okay, there we are. Okay, it's really liquidy. Don't know if you can see that or not. But it looks like it's total liquidy. I'm gonna let it dry a bit. I'm not gonna put my fingers on it until I'm sure it's dried some. Check the back. Still a little wet. A little heat on the back. Okay, what I'm going to do is cut this now. It's going to be 2 by a little over 4.5. Let's make it 4.5. Okay, so that's 2 by 4.5. I'm going to pull this aside, and I have a base here that is 11. Well, not 11. 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4.25. This is my card base. It's a thick card base, approximately 110 pounds. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it with this designer series paper. I'm going to get as close as I can to the fold without going over. So I'm going to use my glue for this. And go ahead and cover it up, getting it even as much as I can. This designer series paper I had in my stash. I will put where I got it from if I can find it online for you. But use what you have in your stash. This is what I'm trying to do. Use what I have. Now I'm going to take some scissors. I'm going to cut around it, the base. Okay, there I am. Now I'm going to take my image, put this aside, and I'm going to use this paper as a background just to give it an edge. I'm going to use glue on it. Okay. Hold this for a moment. Press it on the other side. Then I'm going to cut around it. Trying to make the same edging all around. Okay, there it is. Now I'm going to take my base, take my image, and I'll apply it here. This time I'm not using glue. I'm going to use double-sided tape. Okay. I'm going to pull it off. Make sure there's no overhang on any side. Then I'm going to apply this to my card. More towards the top. See, that's even. I think that's pretty good. Next, I will apply a greeting, and hold one moment. Let me go find one. Okay, I'm back, and I found a saying, Season's Greetings. that I had in my stash. I'm going to use the same ink, VersaFine ink, on it to apply it. I'm going to put it right in the middle here. Then I'm going to use clear embossing powder so it will not smear. Okay, get my heat gun back out. Okay, then I'm going to cut it. See if I can't get it straight here. Okay, still not straight enough for me. Okay, and on this side. Okay, now I have my greeting. And I would apply it right along here. About like this. And cut it off so it'll be even. Then I will apply some double-sided tape. And apply it here. And that's my card. What do you think? It's very much texture on here. I hope you like this. If you did, please comment and subscribe to my channel and let me hear from you. Thanks for coming. Bye.